Fashion, darling.
Yeah, fashion.
Fashion.
Yeah.
That darn movie show.
Hey guys, how's it going? My cine buddies, my cine babes. It is Clarice here, and it is time for That Darn Movie Show, and today is all about Nicolas Winding Refn's Neon Demon, a movie I have been so pumped for since Cannes. Now, there is pretty much two types of Nicolas Winding Refn fan. The first off is all the people who just freaking love Drive. They just love Drive. They're on eBay trying to get the replica jacket and listening to that Real Hero track. But then a lot of those Drive fans went to see his next movie, Only God Forgives, and just wanted to vomit inside of their hands. They hated it so much. Just like, the fuck's going on? Why is he clenching his fist all the time? Why is there so much karaoke? Fuck. And then there is that like secondary category of Nicolas Winding Refn fans, which is people who really did love Only God Forgives, and they like Drive and they like all of his movies. I'm definitely part of that secondary category, but maybe specifically a third category all to my own, in which I just flippin' love Bronson. I love Bronson. Like, knowing me IRL is having to listen to me tell you that Bronson is some kind of unrecognized masterpiece. But anyways, basically I was very intrigued going into the Neon Demon to find out which category of Refn fans this would be for, and now having seen it, having sort of read reviews of it and talked to other people who've seen it, I can definitely conclude it is for that second category of Refn fans. It is for the people who loved Only God Forgives, and not so much for the people who only just like Drive. So basically that's the short version of my review. I personally just freaking adored the Neon Demon. I was completely blown away with it. I actually had this really strange, like, violent emotional reaction to it. I don't know if you guys kind of have ever experienced this. You know, when you just, a film just taps into something very deep inside of you, and you just end up leaving the cinema kind of feeling a bit weird and a bit shaky and a bit like you've been possessed. And I can't even really pinpoint what it was about the Neon Demon that made me feel that way. And I think it is because Refn works on such a subconscious level as a filmmaker, and I feel like if his films don't hit you on that very kind of emotional primal level, then it is very natural for you to walk away from his films thinking that they're very superficial, that, you know, they're all style and no substance. And I'd be sort of keen to hear how different genders might have different perspectives on this film. Not that I think your gender is going to determine whether or not you liked the Neon Demon, not at all, but I do feel like this film has been sort of expressly made for women. I mean, it's dedicated to Refn's wife. It has the work of this incredible cinematographer, Natasha Brea, who did such a beautiful job here. This film is just so gorgeous to look at. And Refn also collaborated with these two great playwrights on the script, Mary Laws and Polly Stentham. And because of all that, I think this movie does sort of tap into something like essential about the female perspective, and something I think rarely gets put on screen because we usually deem it, you know, too ugly and vicious and nasty and unladylike. I think plot-wise, all you really need to know is that Elle Fanning plays a girl who moves to LA to be a model, and then some fucked up shit happens. And this movie is very fucked up, and I think a lot of people are going to focus on that, and I don't want to spoil any of it. You want to keep this a surprise, but there is some disturbing stuff in there. There's some blood and some sexually weird stuff. But I don't think this is all being done just for pure shock value. I think everything in this movie comes from this real place of desperation and violence, and that is what this obsession with beauty and perfection drives us to. I mean, this film it's basically like a vampire movie, but beauty here is being treated like immortality. It's like this mysterious force that is so corrupting and enchanting to everything around it, but it's like poison. You know, people are so seduced, but they're so scared by it at the same time, and so all these kind of disturbing things that happen, it becomes really sort of tragic to watch. So yeah, I hope that kind of captures a little bit of what the Neon Demon is like. As I said, if you enjoyed Only God Forgives, definitely check this one out. If you didn't, I would say still give it a go, but maybe anticipate that you might not like it. But I found it so incredible, and I think that a lot of women will recognize something in this film. But if you've had a chance to see The Neon Demon, I would love to know what you guys thought. You can let me know down in the comments below, or you can hit me up on Twitter, details down in that description box. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe so we can hang out and talk about movies. I'll see you guys soon. Bye!